Hello, Mülland Nationale Rundfunk. It's 9 p.m. on Sunday, and this is today's news. There's been a bank robbery in Mülland. Last night at 2:44 a.m., four armed individuals using improvised explosives blasted through the east wall of Erlin Bank. Armed with assault rifles, they entered the building and stole 3.1 million euros. And on their way out, they shot an unarmed bystander Dansk before driving off. The explosion woke up the local neighborhood, who were startled by the gunfire and smoke coming from the bank.
These armed individuals were likely operating in an organized terrorist organization, and we suspect that they might have been armed by hostile forces. We are currently reviewing the footage captured by the bank's security cameras and are questioning possible witnesses. We will make sure that these terrorists are no longer a threat to Mülland's people.
Do you think there'll be more of such attacks?
We are not quite sure yet, but I can say that the police force has been put on high alert in order to respond quicker if an attack like this happens again.
Tensions are continuing to rise as Estonia sends an aircraft carrier and carries out military exercises right on the beach of Bloküste. This has prompted the stop of disarmament of Mülland and the deployment of forces in Bloküste to counter Estonian escalation.
What's the purpose of the deployment of troops in Bloküste?
We're here because these no-good goddamn Estonians are too cocky and think we won't beat their bastard asses right to Timbuktu.
Should we fear the Estonian escalation on our coast?
Of course not. These ships mean nothing. Our fleet will show them if we get too close. Now get out of here. My favorite show is coming on. Get him out of here.
In response to the military deployment across Mülland, the autonomous region of Dertopia has pledged support in helping the revitalization of the army.
We deeply value our commitment to the defense of Mülland, and thus we're in the process of forming a militia, including 5 weaponized Ladas, and in addition to these very fine Ladas, we've created the DRM, Dertopia Militia, which is dedicated to the defense of both Dertopia as well as Mülland. The DRM will exclusively consist of volunteers. We are not forcing people against their will. That is very mean.
On a Friday morning, the Mülland Freedom Agency released a chilling statement. The investigation of an unidentified aircraft that flew over the city a few weeks ago is confirmed to be a part of the air force of a military junta forming in the north.
During the investigation of the incursion into our airspace, we discovered records from the Civil War which detailed the evacuation of the anarchist forces part of territory in the north. From satellite footage, we have taken note of the rapid militarization of the region, and thus it's certain that the plane we saw came from the anarchists who've been rapidly militarizing. We will further continue investigating this issue. Thank you for your time.
These strange corpses, which started appearing in the forest a few months ago, now have been linked to an infamous Gentchem cult, which has begun expanding their operations across Mülland. They have also claimed a hill next to the school in Veikali and named it Yangumagi. There are been reports of large-scale rituals being performed there every night, which locals have complained about multiple times, to no avail. Since last week, the first primary school of Mülland has been subjected to noise complaints coming from the attic. The school staff has described the sounds as odd and like a party going on there. Unfortunately, due to building's construction, it's impossible to check the attic to find the source of these sounds. There's an excerpt recorded by the school staff.
When did those noises first start?
So last week on Tuesday night, the janitor heard these noises first. We at first blame it on the rodents, but after hearing these myself, those noises aren't certainly from the rats.
Are there any plans to investigate the source of these noises?
We've hired an extra method just in case, and we're considering when summer break to the repairs on the roof. Perhaps then we'll find answer to this disturbance.
Minä kuradi perse.
Tomorrow the weather will be mostly sunny, with a few clouds in the utopian Mülland, some minor rain is highly likely near Kelgard and Kilsberg. Overall, the spring is warming up. Nemesa is at a staggering 31 Celsius hot, 18 Celsius in Blåkuste, 17 Celsius in Dertopia, 7 Celsius in Kaldgard, 15 Celsius in Mülland, and lastly 19 Celsius in Ebenberg. It's a great time to enjoy the outdoors. And this is everything for today. We'll be back as always, every day at 9 p.m. Have a good evening.